I
Right.
burned out. I would come home and I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to even, this was way, 2013, 2014, 2015. I
Mm.
write about it in my part of Thriving After Burnout. I didn't want to talk to anybody, including my beloved Greyhounds. Like, this was before kids, and I didn't even want to talk to my Greyhounds. And um, they were my cherished dogs. And yeah, I know it might be silly to say I didn't want to come home and talk to my dogs, but we rescued them. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to talk to my family. I didn't want to talk to friends. As part of that isolation that can be seen with burnout. And a lot of it was because while I understand it was my job and I signed up for this, I didn't know the depth, right? Because
Right.
even on my days off, on my weekends off when I was out of town, I was still getting called.
Right. Well,
And
I would say, yeah, it's a little funny and silly to think of the idea of not wanting to talk to the Greyhounds, but I think if you think about it for a second, like, I think it speaks to how much must have been suffering and burnt out that you didn't want to interact with a dog. Like who doesn't want to interact with a dog?
I know,
That's the
I
first
know.
thing I thought of. I'm like,
Exactly.
yes, if I'm in a bad mood, like just cover me in puppies. I'd
Exactly.
be super happy with that. But like the idea that you've got home and you wanted to disconnect so completely even from these things that are just like one-way love really
Yeah.
goes to speak to your mental health. And I would, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would assume that that is not good. Um, that disposition is not going to make you a better physician.
Oh, it's definitely not. It's definitely not.
And I
If I,
think I was gonna say I think we look at that like I think we want physicians that are in our corner that are listening to us that are able to empathize with us, but if they
right.
don't empathize with themselves, I think it's impossible to do it with patients.
You got it. You got it. And yeah, well, it might be my job to deliver bad news. The thing is that the key word that I used was the two of them, an empath and a healer, right? That's the reason why I went into medicine, because there's nothing better than the human body, the physiology. Like that's the ultimate machine right there. That's the ultimate. That's a crux of science and art. And then to be able to serve humanity as a physician, I originally wanted to do Doctors Without Borders. So, yeah, that was the intent. Life has me here where I'm at, and I love it here, because I have the ability to have a positive impact on like on the community and friends and family. But yes, if you look at, I also have to replenish my cup in order to go do it day after day after day, because I will put in 100% of what I can. And when I don't know the answer, I'm going to be honest that I don't know the answer. And I don't think that that's wrong. I think that's truthful. And, so showing up as your authentic self, being able to say I don't know, being able to say I can't do that, being able to say I need this time, I need this space, I think that's very healthy. But
Right.
you have to do that inner work a lot of times to be able to feel comfortable doing that, because those are things that we're not taught.